Hi, common question that I get is how is the real estate market? I'm going to tell you what's been going on in the Naples, Florida real estate market for the last 7 days. My name is Chris Alley, and I am a local real estate agent here in Naples, and I'm a certified luxury home specialist. So let's go take a look at the data. Currently, we are at $647,500 is our median sales price. And you can see from this graph that it is going up since November of last year. We have 339 new listings in Naples just this past 7 days, with 213 sold. There's been 51 homes that have terminated their listing. There's been 30 homes that have expired. There's been 39 that have gone back on the market. 68 people have extended their listing. 314 pending listings with 15 price increases. And wow, look at this, 623 price decreases. Buyers, pay attention to this because sellers do want to sell their home. And the sellers that are positioning themselves properly are getting closed sales. Hence the 314 that went pending and 213 that went sold, which does eclipse this number of the 339 new listings. So there will be a point that it will catch up and it will again be a seller's market, but currently it's a buyer's market. We have had 38 homes that have withdrawn. Now, what type of homes are we talking about here? I'm going to show you. We're going to go over what you can get for the median sales price. And so what type of homes exactly are we talking about? So as you can see from the numbers, there were 213 sold homes in Naples in the past 7 days. That means these homes went under contract approximately 30 to 45 days ago. And if we fast forward to homes that have sold for the median sales price, as I had mentioned before, of $647,500. These are what type of homes? So there were 110 homes that sold at or below the median sales price in Naples, Florida this past week, but there were 115 homes that were sold at or above the median sales price. So we're going to take a look at a few of each of them. We're going to start at the median sales price. So here, this home sold in Palm River Estates. It is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2,257 square foot. It was originally listed for $685,000 and it sold for $645,000. Many people are concerned about homeowners association fees as well as taxes, and we have them listed here. So in this neighborhood, 0 homeowners association fees, and the taxes are $2,297. So not so bad, a very affordable Naples home. So let's take a look at some of these photos to see what a $645,000 home looks like. Here is the swimming pool with a nice screened-in lanai. Here it is again with a big yard. And here is the neighborhood where it is located. In the front of the house, it's a ranch-style house with a 2-car garage. Here is the entrance to the house. The living room that looks out towards the swimming pool. Here is the kitchen. Here is one of the rooms and another room. Here is the bathroom and another room. Here is one of the other bathrooms with a door that leads outside. Here is the laundry room. So let's take a look at another home that sold below the median sales price. So this home was originally listed for $725,000 and it sold for $630,000. That's almost $100,000 less than the list price. It was on the market for 189 days. It is 3 bedrooms and a den, 3 bathrooms, 2,110 square feet total. This home is located in Cypress Woods Golf and Country Club. And this is located in a homeowners association. The fees are $12,557, with the tax bill being $2,753. And these association fees do include a lot of things. So you have to take that in consideration when you're considering homeowners association fees and the amenities. So let's take a look at the photos. Again, very beautiful home with a swimming pool right on the lake. And here is the front of the home with the 2-car garage. Here is the entrance to the home that you can see all the way through to the swimming pool. Here is a picture of the kitchen. Here is the dining room. Here is the den that they have turned into a bedroom. Here is one of the bathrooms. Here is another bedroom. Here is another bathroom. Here is the den, another one of the bathrooms, and the laundry room. Let's take a look at one more of these median sales price homes, and we'll take a look at the most expensive home that sold in Naples and the other two that were very close behind. All right, this home was originally listed for $647,500, and it sold for $625,000. It is a 3-bedroom and a den, 2 baths, 1,524 square foot, and this home was sold turnkey, meaning all the furniture came with it. This home is located in Foxfire. So the Homeowners Association fees in Foxfire are $8,592, with the tax bill being only $1,929. Let's take a look at some of the photos. Here is a great photo at nighttime at twilight. Again, another ranch home with 2-car garage. A very bright open living room. And here is the kitchen. And here is the bedroom. And here is the main bathroom. Here is another bedroom and another bathroom. And here is a nicely done office. Notice the light colored walls. Here is the laundry area. It's in a closet on the hallway. And here is the covered area. That is always very nice when you're coming in. This comes in from the garage, so you can come right in from here and not have to worry about getting wet if it's raining here in Florida. All right, so those were the homes that were at or below median sales price. So let's take a look at the most expensive home that sold in Naples, Florida this past 7 days, and we'll look at the other two that were close. So the most expensive home that sold in Naples, Florida it's this home right here that was originally listed for $17,995,000, and it sold for $16,750,000, about $1.2 million under asking price. This home is located in the beautiful neighborhood of Port Royal. It is 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms. It was sold completely furnished with 5,000 square foot with a total of 7,480 square foot total. That means outdoor living as well. And this home has amazing outdoor spaces. So this homeowners association for this home, you might think would be a lot since this is a multi-million-dollar home, but the homeowners association is very little at $835. Now let's take a look at the tax bill. So the taxes for this home, $106,089 for the year. So let's take a look at some of these pictures of this home and see what $16,750,000 will buy you in Naples, Florida. Here is a very lovely shot of the outdoor space at nighttime with an infinity swimming pool. And here is your view from inside your lanai with a nice seating area and outdoor kitchen. As you approach the home, you have a nice water feature. And here is the swimming pool from outside with the view. This is a nice large open area concept. You can see that there's a wine cellar and also a nice island that is in between the living area that looks right outside. And look at the windows and all the light that it allows. This is quite an amazing place. Here is and here's the kitchen. It's very nicely done with some of the most popular colors that are in style currently. Here's one of the bedrooms and one of the bathrooms. And here is another bedroom with lots of light. One of the bathrooms. Here is a powder bath and the close-up of the outdoor kitchen space that is actually upstairs on your lanai. What a wonderful entertaining area. And now this is my favorite part, the boat dock. So for all you boaters, this is great. See this right here? This is a jet ski lift. So your jet ski will actually be able to get up on this when this is lowered, and then it stays up and out of the salt water. And you can clean it off and make sure that salt does not stay in there. And here is the aerial view of where you would put your boat, and here is where your jet ski is. I will show you how close this is to the water right now. And you can see right here, this is where the home is located. So when you come out from your boat, you're going to go into the Naples Bay. This area is 30 miles an hour, so you can come very quickly as soon as you pass all your neighbor's house, all the way through here and around this corner, all the way down through here. You'll make a turn going this way. And then right about here, this is no wake. From here to here is no wake, meaning you have to go very slow, but from here you are wide open to get out into the Gulf. I would say it's about a 10-minute boat ride, if that. So that's the most expensive home that's sold in Naples. And we're going to take a look at the other two that was our close second and third. So this home sold in Mariah Bay for $6,900,000. It was originally listed for $7,250,000. 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 4,000 square foot, unfurnished. So Mariah Bay is a gated community high-rise. The homeowners association for this high-rise is $47,044, with the tax bill being $58,961. Let's take a look at some of the photos. Lovely view of the beach from your veranda. Big open concept in the living room. Here is another view from a different room. Notice the glass railings on the lanai to be able to allow for a wonderful view out into the Gulf. Here is the kitchen with all the custom appliances. Here is one of the bedrooms. Notice the architectural details that they put into this place. Here is one of the bathrooms that has all the luxuries that you would expect in a high-rise multi-million-dollar condominium. So this home is located in Pelican Marsh. It was originally listed for $7,500,000 and it sold for $6,750,000. 4 bedrooms and a den, 6 bathrooms, 6,797 square feet, and it was sold partially furnished. So in this particular neighborhood within Pelican Marsh, the homeowners association dues are $34,375. Now, I will tell you that Pelican Marsh has different homeowners association fees. It has a master homeowners association fee in whatever neighborhood that you're in. So you can see from here that the master homeowners association fee in Pelican Marsh is only $5,760. But within this, there was another homeowners association that their dues totaled $26,065. Hence, that is the difference between maybe some of the other condos or other homes you may have seen in Pelican Marsh. The total tax bill on this home, $35,867. So let's take a look at some of the photos. Here's an aerial view of this home. It has a very nice outdoor area with a swimming pool and an entertaining area. It's right on the golf course, so for you golfers, this is a perfect home. This is the front of the home, and you can see the garages on the left to be able to accent all the beautiful architectural details. Here is a very nice view of the outside area of the swimming pool. And here is your outdoor entertainment area with a nice seating area and outdoor kitchen. As you walk in the door, you have a spiral staircase that goes all the way up to the second floor, but you can see all the way through this luxury home and out through the golf course. And here's the living room. And there's the kitchen. Very large kitchen. Here's the dining room. And here's a butler's kitchen to be able to have food prep for any parties that you might have. Nice big library or den. And here's the second floor. Look at the detail of the decorative railing and also still being able to see out to the golf course. This home has its own theater room. How about that? What movie would you watch here? Here is one of the bedrooms, one of the bathrooms, another bedroom, another bathroom, another very large bedroom, very large bathroom, So if somebody asks you, do you know what's going on with the Naples, Florida real estate market? You can do one of two things. You can say, you know what? Chris Alley knows. Or you can say, I watched Chris Alley's market update video, and the median sales price this week was $647,500. And there were 110 homes that sold at or below the median sales price. And there were 115 that sold above the median sales price. If you take a look in the links below, there are free resources for buyer's guides, seller's guides, and also searching properties here in Naples, Florida. And if you have any questions at all that I haven't answered here, feel free to reach out to me. Many people just like you call, text, email me each and every day asking me about real estate. I want to thank you for watching and stick around for this next video. I know you're going to love it. Bye for now.